Right.
How cool was that for you?
It was really cool. It was my birthday, so 22nd birthday. So it was perfect timing. And actually, I always wanted my first TD in the Valley to be near the student section. So it was like everything was just like perfectly planned. It was just cool. Just like just this whole year has just been a lot of reaping of like things I've sown, and just for God's timing for it to be this time. It's just I thought it was. So I knew Saturday was gonna be special when I woke up. So we have our normal routine, and I think it's Coach Dooley. He always reads the newspaper, so he leaves it out. And the front page of sports section, Greenville Online or USA Today, was me and Coach Sweeney. And so I don't know whoever put that. You know what I'm saying, man? I know, yeah. But I don't think he knew it was my birthday. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw that, and I was like, big God week. So I knew it was gonna be a special day, and big run. And then right before that kid from Wofford got hurt, we were in the huddle, and Coach Sweeney was like, "Hey, man, you know, it'd be a perfect birthday gift." He's like, he made everybody, because everybody was getting rowdy. He's like, "Shh, you know, it'd be a perfect birthday gift." He's like, "We get rich in the end zone," and everybody went crazy. And so it was like, it wasn't the cleanest run, but it was. I was like, man, I had to get in. So it really was like perfect. Couldn't wrote it any better, man. Just like first touchdown in the Valley on my birthday, like it was. I feel like God's favorite kid. Like he ordained that moment for sure. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get some extras. I got my grandma, and then my parents, and a lot of people just want that paper. They can't find it, but I have mine. I have like a little bulletin in my room that I keep just like memories, so just to remember how far you come.
You said a lot of what's happened for you this year has kind of been a result of all the hard work that you've put in over the years. Is that a lesson you think you can pass on to some of the younger guys on the team?
No doubt, man. Just slowly but surely, and then just. I mean, this is my generation. I'm not the type like the whole social media. Like I live in it. Like so, we often see things like you see like the finished version of a lot of things, and like just because of the realm we live in right now, and you don't really get to see people's journeys or the process of it. And so like this has been years in the making, 4 years here, but I mean, this is my dream since I was in high school, and just you don't really. Les a verse like I love. It's kind of been good for me in the season, but like a man plans his ways, but the Lord directs his steps. And so if you'd have told me I would have to go through all this to get here, I don't know if I would have I don't know, because there's been a lot for it to come. But I just knew I trusted the steps, and sometimes there's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs into this whole thing, where either calling my parents or getting just encouragement at the right time, a right pick me up. And so just like a lot of guys, just I mean, there's gonna be bumps in the road, and I feel like for me, I've always wanted to, because I've experienced that from older guys, or whether it's been mentors, whether it's spiritually or just even on the team, but just at the perfect time, whether it was their story or just something they heard, they encouraged me to keep going. And so that's what I want to do for my teammates, but also just that's like life goal. It's been cool just for my journey, even like back home. I'm close, but just to see like the ripple effect of just like the Lord kind of revealing me at this time, and just seeing the encouragement it's been for a lot of people. And that's what I want to be, because so many times like when you're going through your own stuff, you think you're like the only one going through it, or you think that like your story can't be a good one. And it's just like, if it ain't good, keep going, and just to keep on keeping on mentality, just through the ups and the downs. And I just knew I wanted to outlast all the things that, like, whether it be in a walk on, whether not never playing, never scoring. I just knew I wanted to outlast it. And then it's been cool just to see when it's your time, it's your time. And it's like, what was for me was for me. And it's been, I think that's just a message for all, like even my young guys in the room, that because everybody wants more. That's just part of it. Like, you always want more than what you get sometimes, but just to keep the perspective, like, I don't know, life's good, keep going, and in due time, like, I think if you keep on keeping your journey, it'll be one that you'll love and cherish.
Even going back to your childhood, how long have you visualized scoring touchdowns in Death Valley?
Man, like I said, my dad ran track in the A's, my mom was at the nursing school, so I grew up, man, I was a Clemson football junkie. I was here in the West End Zone. This is going to be for all the true Clemson fans. When it was like you got a cardboard box, you slid down the hill, and that was all I did during the game. And then when I heard a touchdown, I go crazy. But I was just kind of like, I've been watching CJ, James Davis, Reggie Merriweather. I mean, like every back that's come through, and I've always like, man, I want that to be me in that orange and purple. And so it really has been like a lifelong dream. And there were times where I kind of gave up on it, because whether it was through injury or just it just didn't look realistic. Even though I was dreaming, it was just kind of like I didn't really know how it was going to happen. And so just to to score in the Valley really was special, and just the totality of it. Because this could have happened like several times. Like, who knows? You get in the game, you could score a touchdown, but for it to happen like after this amount of time and like at this point in time, I couldn't. You can't make it up. Like, you can't write any better. Like, God, like, just for whatever reason. Well, I know he has a reason, but just he chose this time, and it's just been special. Because I feel like I appreciate it, just for everything about it, like the coaching, the leaving the games frustrated, and the times where I'm just like still holding on to the dream. It's all been like just beautiful, to say the least.
What's your relationship then with Trevor these last couple of years? I know you're both
Yeah.
devout Christians. Has that been like a particular bond you share?
Right. I think we like, and because I've never like it just kind of happened. I guess QB, running back, and we just kind of like hit it off, man. Like, I don't know. Sometimes like I got some of my best friends I still do life with. We've been friends for maybe because of the like quantity of time for 10 years. But then like as you grow, you could just meet somebody and y'all's like spirits just connect, and that's just kind of just been what it was. It was like. And like I've never been, this is people know, like a clout chaser. Like, I ain't never been that. It was just like we legit were trying to figure it out. He needed some help one day, and then it was like a thing where, like, I mean, sometimes you help people. It might be weird, honestly. To be honest, like you help everybody, but sometimes it's not. It don't always end in a friendship. But it was like that where he was like, he came to me one time. This is before like his freshman year, and we kind of just. Ever since then, man, just like he's a good dude. Like, he really is, and like our girlfriends are like sisters, which they claim they are, and it's just all been good. Like, I feel like we've just done this college journey together. Our families are, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know each other's families, and then it's just been, I think the spiritual part has been the biggest part, just because, like, any bond, like if it's a spiritual bond, it's like a lot thicker. And so for us, it's been just journeying together, like figuring out the ups and the downs, because we both have had our very own, and then figuring out how just to be a man. And I feel like everybody, he's not just my only friend like that, but I feel like he's one of the ones that, obviously, because his platform has gotten highlighted, but just like he's been a good friend for me for me to keep the faith in times where I lost it, even just like spiritual walk, and then for me to him just been a brother in the faith, because you need him. You can't do this thing alone. Like, he's been a good community, and we've been able to see God do some really cool things on the field for both of us, and then off the field, just seeing like, man, what the God's doing something special on the team through the coaches this year in particular. Just I feel like it's a culmination of just like a lot of people's faith, like whether. You got guys like Chancey Stuckey, who's a great man of God, coming together. You got, I mean, just every coach, GAs, like, then obviously Coach Sweeney has always been, like, passionate about his faith. And it's just seeing, like, guys meet the Lord, guys get baptized, and groups form. It's just been, like, and I feel like he's just been a brother. We've been able to do it together. So.
This program has a pretty rich history in recent years of walk-ons getting opportunities to do some cool stuff.
Right.
But the way that the team has sort of embraced you off the field as a leader, it has to be a thing. Like, that's not an easy thing for a walk-on to do either.
Right.
How did that kind of come about?
Yeah, I don't feel like what I'm doing now is any different than what I did from day one. It's like, I just feel like I've always tried to add value. And like you said, I've said this time and time, I'm going to say it until like I leave or until, I don't know, whatever. But just, this is the perfect place, man. It really is, just to, especially if you want to be a walk-on, because you get as much of a fair opportunity as you could wish. I mean, it's obviously they recruit guys to come and play. And so they really recruit me, but at the same time, they embrace me. And just Coach Sweeney was a walk-on, Coach Elliott was a walk-on, Coach Scott was a walk-on, Coach Khan, like all these coaches. And so they've respected just my grind and my dedication, and then just off the field stuff that I've added value. And now it's cool to see some on the field stuff happen. But I feel like the whole time it's just been, I just tried to add value to the team, whether that's been in like one-on-one conversations. Like, I just feel like I knew I could add value, and I knew it didn't have to be on the field. I feel like sometimes you mistake that for like being a leader. Obviously you want your star players to be leaders, but you can be a leader it's a decision, not really like a character or positional title. It's like, if you decide in your head that you want to be a leader, you get decisions every day to add value, you get people to encourage. Because I was like my freshman year, I was like, me and Ben, I was like, man, I would see things, but I didn't necessarily have the equity to tell the team. They'd be like, who is this dude talking? You know what I'm saying? So like, even since then, like if I saw something, I knew to have influence of people who had influence. So like whether it was Deshaun, Tay, Ben, Christian, Clee, Dorian, like all these other guys who I knew like they had earned the right to speak. But I knew for me, it was just like I was a leader. If I saw something like, hey, y'all should say something about this. And it's been cool to see over the years, and now just getting an opportunity to share some of these stories of just like like God giving me eyes to see it, because it really is like a blessing just to. Because I've asked for, like, God, give me eyes to see what I can do, and He's been faithful and showing me opportunities. And like sometimes it's taken me a couple of times where I didn't feel like as bold or like or feel like I was enough to, you know what I'm saying, just as a walk-on to even like speak my mind or even like step out and lead. But then it's been cool to be embraced, like you said. I think it's because guys have just seen me be consistent. Man, because it's hard. Like it really is. Like it's hard. This whole thing has been it has been awesome, but there's been some days where it's been hard. And I think just the guys have seen me be consistent, because a lot of guys, I'm not the only one with this dream. A lot of guys have come into this program with the walk-on dream, and whether guys got frustrated with how, like, that it wasn't coming soon enough, some guys didn't see it through. I think guys have just appreciated the fact that, like, the guy who, and I haven't been perfect at all. Anybody knows me, like I'm like I share my L's just as much as I share my wins, but they've seen me just make progress and just stay consistent, stay the course. And so this is my 4th year in the program, so it has been awesome. Like you said, like it was just 3-yard touchdown. Like I mean, it's, in a game of football, like 3-yard touchdown is a 3-yard touchdown. Like it wasn't Travis's 86-yard touchdown, but for it to be embraced like that, like it was like the biggest play of the game. Man, it just brings me a lot of joy, because it's deeper than ball, even though it is football. It really is a lot bigger. And so, like, I just, like, yeah, man, I feel like what you just said is, like, kind of like one of my, like, favorite part to hang my hat on when I leave or as I finish this year is that my teammates really didn't embrace me. So.
Gary, with the college football playoff rankings coming out tonight, Dabo was saying that, you know, this team does a great job of shutting out that outside noise. But I wanted to ask in the locker room, is there kind of maybe a fine line that you guys walk of trying to shut that out, but at the same time also using some disrespect to rankings as motivation moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's like Coach Sweeney said. I think there's like a proper place, because you, like, this game is emotional. Like, it's an emotional game, but you don't want to be emotional all the time. And so just to like anybody, we're competitors, and so we think we have the makings to be the best team when it's all said and done. And ultimately, like, nothing that anybody says on the outside is really going to control that in a sense, because ultimately we control what happens on the field, how we prepare, how we study, how we watch film, how we practice. So that's always been like Coach Sweeney's thing, is like, and I think he does a good job of doing both. Like, he obviously uses it as like as fuel, because it's like, hey, like, we see that, but legit, it's kind of like always to coming back around that same point inside out. It's like, obviously we see the rankings are what they are, but hey, we control it, because at the end of the day, we keep winning, we keep dominating, we keep playing our best ball. Like, when it's all said and done, we'll be one of the teams left standing. But yeah, in the locker room, we have our jokes, like, you know, like it just is what it is. We got like friends on other teams, and so it's just like, it is what it is. We don't make too much of it, but I think it's around the same concept, just inside out. We control what we can control, and when it's all said and done, we'll be where we want to be. We believe it.